So today I wanted to talk about, I always keep notes because, chemo brain. Today I wanted to talk about different types of friendships. And as I'm pushing retirement and things, I was really thinking about friendships. Oh, hang on just a second. Louis wants to say hi. Can you say hi, Louis? Yeah, you give me a kiss? He's such a good boy. He's really my best friend. But there are two different types. I'm sure there's lots of types, but I've narrowed it down to two different types of friendships. And I know what my type of friendship is, and I don't know if it's unique to me or definitely in the minority. But let's talk about it. So when it comes to friendships, are you the ride or die type, or are you the type that has lots of friends, like a large circle of friends, as opposed to maybe just one or two close friends? I know my style is I'll connect with maybe one or two people, and that's enough for me. I don't have a huge social circle. Because I'm a hairstylist, I do talk with a lot of people and I'm friendly with a lot of people, but I don't consider them true friends. My idea of a friend is a ride or die, someone that you can call 2 a.m. if you're broke down on the side of the road, or if you're sad and you need someone to talk to, or if you're happy and you've got great news, that's the person that you call first. A lot of times in a marriage, that's your spouse. But when you're single, then that usually just becomes a really good friend. And over the years, I have had these type of people in my lives, but I think just as people age, circumstances change, life happens, and you lose contact or maybe change things that you're interested in, or that person changes their interests or things, and then those friends kind of go by the wayside, and then you have to find that new person. I had that person. I remember in junior high and high school, I had that person, and her and I are still in contact, thank God, through Facebook and social media, but she lives in another state now. So I don't have her like I had her before. But we were raising kids together and stuff too. And so the first few years of my marriage, I had that. And then I had another person like that. And she actually was a family member. And we were just ride or die friends. We spent every extra moment we had when we weren't busy with our own families and things, and we would do things and we would talk every day. And then, I went through my divorce, and then she went through a divorce, and things happened. And now, even though we still love each other, we don't talk as much anymore. And our interests have changed. And Louis barking at a squirrel. Our interests have changed. And so we don't have the same things in common anymore. And we've just kind of fallen ways. But that friendship was like 15 years. And then shortly after my divorce, I met another woman about my age. She's a little bit older, but we had similar life interests, and we were ride or die. We did everything together, and we talked all the time. And then through the pandemic, things changed. We couldn't get together as much. She went through some depression and things because of the pandemic. I was going through health crises and dealing with that and losing my business and all of that. And we kind of, although we're still friends, it's not like it was. And I really don't have that ride or die person anymore. And I was just sitting here thinking about if I'm the only one that is going through that, or if that is more common than not with older people. When I say older people, us in our pushing 60, 65. I'm 58, but I always say I'm 60. But my type of friendship, like I said, is one or two people that are my ride or die. Once I decide you're my friend, and I will be there for you. I'm very loyal. I'm very loyal to my friends. In fact, one of my friends had a group of other women that she was friends with, and they were treating her badly. And I just cut off all conversation with those people, because I'm not going to, be friendly with people that is not friendly to my friend. I had nothing against them personally, but I didn't want to hang out with people that were unfriendly to my friend. I'm the type of person that checks in. Um, if a week or two goes by and I haven't heard from you, I'm going to send you a text. What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. And that tends to get a little exhausting to be the only person in the friendship doing that. And that's how some of my friendships have waned. When I feel like I'm constantly having to chase that person, they no longer can take my energy. Um, when I have a friend, I want to spend time with that person. I want to get to know them. I want to have long, deep conversations. I want to, do things that we have in common. Whether that be crafting or walking or going dancing or whatever our interests are, bike riding, whatever. I want to do that with my friend, and so it's important that I find someone that I share interests with. And I don't like to divide my energy amongst a bunch of different people and different personalities. I want to just connect with that one person and know that that's someone I can count on. Like I said, maybe one or two people. Now, the other type of friends or friendship styles is you have lots of people in your life that you consider close friends. You can have brunch with one person and dinner with another, and one weekend you're spending with this person, the next weekend you're spending with another, and neither one of these type of friendships is wrong. They're just different. And like I said, I think the type of friend I am is definitely either unique or very much in the minority, because the more I interact with people, the more I realize people usually have a large circle of people that they spend time with. And I'm just not that way. I just don't have the energy for, or maybe not the quality of energy that I want to devote to someone that I really care about. Where it gets hard for me is because I'm in the minority. I may choose someone or meet someone and decide, oh, I really want to be friends with that person. And as the friendship develops, I consider that person my ride or die or my best friend. And that person may just consider me one of their good friends. And they're dividing their time amongst lots of people. And then I tend to get left out. Because they're spending time with other people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't begrudge them for that. I'm just saying that's not my style of friendship. Like I said, if I haven't heard from somebody in a few days or a week or two, I'll check in. How are you doing? Because I'm wondering, are they okay? Why haven't they called? Well, they're just living their life. They have other friends. They have other things they're doing. It's not that they're ignoring me or cutting me out. And I don't feel that way. I just miss them and want to be part of their lives. And I think it comes off as very needy. And I'm not needy because I can be by myself for days and days and days and not talk to anybody. And that's fine. I just wonder, what are they up to? How are they doing? I truly care about that person. It's not like I need their attention. I'm just curious about them and their lives. Are they happy? Are things going well for them? When I say I just have that one or two people, it's not like I have to spend every waking moment with them and have their constant attention. It's just that that's who I'm going to give my energy to. Um, and so I am thinking about them and wondering what they're up to and how they're doing. And I may have the thoughts that cross through my mind, well, why wasn't I invited to that or this or that? And it's not like I get hurt or mad. It's just I expect them to think the way I think and to love the way I love. But what I've learned is that you can't expect people to think like you think. Haven't we all learned that through the political divide? We can't expect people to act like we act. We can't expect people to love like we love. And we have to meet people where they're at. And if that means I spend a lot of time alone because the one or two people I've decided are my friends are busy with other people, that's fine with me. I don't need to have a huge circle of people that I need to get to know and divide my energy with, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I could be rambling. Like I said before, friendships come and go. And right now, I have some people in my life that I'm friendly with, but I wouldn't consider them tight friends. And a couple of them are people that have been very good friends in the past, but life changes, personalities change, interests change. So now they're just kind of, I consider myself their side piece. If they have time, we spend time together. But we don't have that same connection that we had before. And I do miss that. And I would love to find a new friend like that I could just really have a lot in common with. Um, a lot of things changed when I sold the house and bought the RV and went on the road. I had a friend I was very close with, and I begged and begged and begged her to go with me because she had a remote job, and she just wasn't. That really wasn't her thing. And she talked about it a lot, like it sounded fun, but I think when it came right down to packing a bag and coming, it was a bit much for her. And so that's when our friendship kind of waned a little bit. And I don't know if she felt deserted when I left. I mean, I was constantly checking in and things, but she was also going through some things because of the pandemic and the depression and things like that too. So I was hoping to pull her out of that by bringing her with me, but I think by me leaving, it maybe made it worse. I don't know. We're still friends. We still connect on occasion. I'm trying to build that friendship back, but now she's talking about maybe moving out of state or whatever. So we'll see what happens. And because I don't go out and socialize, it's difficult to find that person. People in my chair, like I said, I'm friendly with, but they're not my friends. I don't mix friendship and business. I learned the hard way that your clients will become your friends faster than your friends will become your clients. And I've had people that have come into my chair and we have developed a friendship, and then now they're not my clients anymore. And I don't know if it's just awkward for them or what, but when I came back from my break, a couple of people that I had become had developed friendships with outside of the salon did not come back to see me to have their hair done there. They went someplace else. And I know I do great hair, but maybe it was just weird coming to see a friend. I don't know. I think people worry, well, what if I don't like it? How I don't want to hurt her feelings. But, it's just a thing. So I try not to mix those two. I've learned that lesson. But anyway, I was just thinking about different types of friendships, and I was curious to find if other women my age, and I'm talking like over 50, pushing into retirement, maybe you're single now, your husband's passed, or divorced, and so that one person is no longer there. Do you find yourself being drawn to a large circle of friends so that you have lots of variety and things going on and lots of invitations? Or do you find yourself just kind of finding that one person that you can go to social events with and kind of just someone you can count on that's going to be there? And I'm not talking about, being like a couple, or like you're together 24/7, or you don't do anything without that person. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that one friend that, if you call them up and say, hey, let's go to a movie this weekend, they're going to be excited to see you and do that. Or, maybe grab drinks after work, or, someone you can count on, that one person, or maybe two people in your life that, you chat with 2 or 3 times a week. You keep up on each other's lives, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about. That's my kind of friendship. So I was just wondering if more people are that way, or more people are the type of friends that just have lots of friends and lots of variety. That's it. Have a good one.
As I sifted through the remnants of the only home I had ever known, a strip of red ribbon caught my eye, Amelia's braid, singed at the edges but intact. Step into a world of mystery and adventure, one letter at a time. Parchment and Treasure is a monthly fantasy snail mail club where the story arrives in your real mailbox. Each month you'll receive a beautifully crafted letter from our heroine as she chronicles her journey, along with exclusive artwork, collectible stickers, and magical keepsakes to bring the adventure to life. Join the adventure today and subscribe now at parchmentandtreasure.com.